That little jar sitting on your bathroom shelf right now, the one you reach for every morning to fight fine lines and dark circles, might actually be making things worse. Eye creams are one of the most expensive products in British skincare. Women in this country spend hundreds of pounds every year trying to hold back the clock around their eyes, trusting labels that promise everything from visible wrinkle reduction in 7 days to clinically proven results. But behind those bold claims, something far more uncomfortable is happening. Many of these products contain parabens that disrupt your hormones, synthetic fragrances that inflame the very skin they claim to soothe, and cheap mineral oils that suffocate your pores instead of nourishing them. Today, we are ranking 10 eye creams sold right here in Britain, from the absolute worst to the genuinely trustworthy. Stay with me until the end, because the number one pick might completely change how you shop for skincare forever. And hit subscribe before we begin so you never miss another investigation like this one. At number 10, the absolute worst offender on our entire list, Pond's Age Miracle Eye Cream. Walk into any Boots or Superdrug branch in Britain and you will find this product staring back at you from the shelves. The packaging is elegant, the claims are impressive, and the price feels reasonable at around £8 to £10. Pond's has been a household name in British bathrooms for generations, and that legacy of trust is exactly what makes this product so dangerous. When you open that jar and smell that thick, sweet, almost floral scent, what you are actually smelling is synthetic fragrance, a cocktail of undisclosed chemical compounds that the brand does not have to fully enumerate on the label. The Cosmetic Ingredient Review, the independent body that assesses cosmetic safety in Europe, has consistently flagged synthetic fragrance as one of the leading triggers for contact dermatitis. For anyone over 50 whose skin barrier has already thinned with age, applying a fragrance-heavy cream directly to the delicate tissue around your eyes is the skincare equivalent of rubbing sandpaper on paper-thin silk. But the fragrance is just the beginning. Pond's Age Miracle Eye Cream contains both methylparaben and propylparaben. Parabens are preservatives that have been detected in breast tissue samples in research conducted at the University of Reading. The European Commission Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety has called for restrictions on certain parabens in products applied near sensitive areas. The skin around your eyes is among the most vulnerable skin on your entire body, 4 times thinner than the skin on your cheeks. Every application drives those chemicals deeper, faster. Then there is the mineral oil. Pond's uses petrolatum derivatives to create that silky, heavy feel the product is known for. Mineral oil coats the surface like a plastic film. It does not penetrate, does not nourish, it simply blocks. For anyone in Britain managing milia, those small white cysts that cluster around the eye area, mineral oil is a recognised trigger. A name you trusted from your grandmother's dressing table, quietly working against the very results it promises. Coming in at number 9, Simple Kind to Skin Revitalising Eye Roll-On. The brand name does all the work here, simple, kind. The marketing language practically begs you not to read the ingredient list. It whispers that you can trust them without checking. That is a trap. Simple's Eye Roll-On is sold in virtually every major supermarket across Britain, from Tesco to Asda to Sainsbury's, often at promotional prices that make it seem like the sensible, budget-conscious choice for sensitive skin. The word simple in the brand name implies minimal, clean formulation. But examine the ingredient list and you will find methylparaben and propylparaben sitting right there alongside phenoxyethanol, a preservative that European dermatologists have flagged as a sensitizer in adult skin, with France's National Health Authority previously issuing warnings about it in relation to vulnerable users. The roll-on applicator is sold as a gentle cooling delivery system. What it actually does is roll a dose of parabens and synthetic preservatives directly across tissue that sits 0.5 millimeter from your eyeball. For contact lens wearers, and there are millions of them across Britain, Residue from this type of formula transferring to lenses is a real concern that the brand never addresses anywhere on its packaging. The product also contains propylene glycol, a humectant that draws moisture to the skin surface, but which is a recognised penetration enhancer, meaning it actively helps other ingredients absorb more deeply than they would on their own. Simple markets this product as a solution specifically designed for sensitive skin. The painful irony is that sensitive skin is precisely the type most likely to react badly to this combination. 3 generations of British women have trusted that name on the front. The formula inside has never matched the promise it represents. At number 8, Garnier Caffeine 72 Hour Eye Cream Anti-Puffiness and Dark Circles. Garnier is absolutely everywhere in Britain. Boots, Superdrug, every major supermarket, online retailers. The caffeine angle is genuinely clever marketing because caffeine is a real ingredient with real evidence. It is a vasoconstricting compound that temporarily reduces fluid retention and puffiness around the eye area. Garnier knows that caffeine sells, and they have built a product line around it. The problem is everything they have packaged alongside it. The Garnier eye cream contains parfum, which is the EU mandated label term for fragrance. Under European cosmetics regulations, brands must list any of 26 identified fragrance allergens individually if they appear above certain concentration thresholds. Garnier lists parfum as a single catch-all entry, meaning you cannot determine which specific fragrance compounds are inside or at what levels. The British Association of Dermatologists estimates that contact allergy to fragrance affects around 11% of the British population. For a product pressed daily against the eye area, that is a significant number. The formula contains butylene glycol, a penetration enhancer that drives everything else deeper into skin with each application, alongside phenoxyethanol, a preservative that dermatologists continue to debate. Garnier's clinical claims use phrases like "skin looks refreshed" and "dark circles appear reduced." Language: the Advertising Standards Authority distinguishes carefully from genuine efficacy. You are paying £12 to £14 for caffeine wrapped in synthetic fragrance and a contested preservative system. The puffiness may ease temporarily. The chemical exposure builds quietly every day. At number 7, L'Oréal Paris Revitalift Laser Pure Retinol Eye Cream. The word laser does no functional work. It is marketing theatre designed to suggest a clinical treatment from a jar. What this product genuinely contains is retinol, a well-researched active for collagen stimulation. The issue is everything surrounding it. Retinol in the eye area is debated actively among British dermatologists. The skin there is so fragile that even well-intentioned retinol can cause redness, flaking, and barrier disruption, particularly in women over 50 whose skin renewal has slowed. L'Oréal's version contains synthetic fragrance alongside linalool and limonene, both required to be individually disclosed under EU cosmetics law because of their documented allergy triggering potential. At higher concentrations, linalool oxidizes on skin and becomes a contact allergen. Limonene behaves the same way. Both appear in L'Oréal's own ingredient declaration. The formula also contains disodium EDTA, a chelating agent derived through industrial processing involving formaldehyde precursors. The question is not whether each ingredient sits below a legal threshold individually. The question is what happens when you apply retinol, fragrance allergens, and penetration enhancers to the thinnest skin on your face every night for a decade. For women experiencing perimenopausal skin changes, when sensitivity spikes and barrier function weakens, this is among the most likely eye creams in Britain to cause unexpected and persistent reactions. At number 6, Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Eye Cream. Neutrogena built its brand identity entirely on a dermatologist-recommended platform. the white clinical packaging, the pharmaceutical aesthetic, the promise of professional-grade efficacy at a sensible price. That dermatologist-recommended badge is one of the most persuasive phrases in British skincare marketing, and Neutrogena has been mining it for decades. Here is what the endorsed packaging does not tell you. This product contains alcohol denat as a prominent ingredient, appearing high on the formula list, meaning it is present in significant concentration. Alcohol denat is denatured alcohol. On skin, it strips the lipid barrier, disrupts the microbiome, and accelerates transepidermal water loss. Applying an alcohol-heavy product to the eye area night after night actively undermines every goal an anti-aging cream is supposed to achieve. A compromised skin barrier ages faster, not slower. The rapid result the product name promises is partly the temporary tightening effect that alcohol causes. You see a visible improvement. The barrier is momentarily disrupted. Stop applying and the effect reverses, often leaving the skin more dehydrated and fragile than before. Dermatologists at NHS clinics across Britain have documented this pattern as rebound sensitivity. Available at around £12 to £14 in Boots and Superdrug, Neutrogena sits in a bracket that signals trustworthiness. The dermatologist badge does the rest. For anyone managing dry, mature or reactive skin around the eye area, this formula is working against you. Number 5. Nivea Q10 Plus Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream. The blue tin. The round jar. The iconic Nivea aesthetic that has lived in British bathrooms since the 1960s. Nivea understands heritage better than almost any skincare brand in the world, and the Q10 range has been their flagship anti-aging line for over 30 years. Coenzyme Q10 is a legitimate antioxidant. The skin does naturally produce it, and levels do decline with age. The marketing is not inventing the active ingredient. The problem is everything else in the formula built around it. Nivea Q10 eye cream contains methylparaben and ethylparaben, two preservatives that the EU has continued to review for restrictions in leave-on products applied near sensitive mucous membranes. This eye cream is a leave-on product used directly adjacent to the most sensitive mucous membrane on your face every single day. The formula is also based heavily on mineral oil, the same occlusive petroleum derivative discussed in the Pond's product. Nivea is arguably more reliant on mineral oil than any other major skincare brand sold in Britain. Their textures are famously smooth and rich because mineral oil delivers exactly that sensation. But that smoothness is surface coating, not cellular treatment. The synthetic fragrance is listed as parfum with no individual allergens identified, the same opacity we saw in the Garnier formula. At around £8 to £10 from Boots, Superdrug or your local supermarket, the Q10 eye cream is one of the most accessible products on this list. Millions of British women have inherited their trust in this blue tin from their mothers and grandmothers. The Q10 is real. The parabens, the mineral oil, and the undisclosed fragrance are equally real, sitting right beside it in every jar. Coming in at number 4, Olay Regenerist Eye Lifting Serum. Olay has done something very deliberate with this product. The word serum instead of cream immediately signals to British consumers that they are receiving something more concentrated, more active, more scientifically sophisticated. The packaging is dark, premium feeling, positioned on the higher shelf at around £15 to £18 in Boots and Superdrug. The active ingredient narrative is compelling. Olay talks extensively about their aminopeptide complex and niacinamide, both of which carry genuine research support. Niacinamide is one of the most thoroughly evidenced skincare actives available. That is real. What is also real is that this formula contains dimethicone, a silicone creating an immediate optical filling effect. Fine lines appear visibly reduced within minutes, Not because any biological change has occurred, but because a silicone film settles into creases and reflects light differently. Cosmetic masking, not treatment. Wash your face and your fine lines are exactly where they were. The formula includes fragrance and synthetic film-forming polymers that clean beauty researchers have flagged as potential endocrine disruptors at cumulative exposure levels. Olay's clinical language uses phrases like "skin looks firmer" and "fine lines appear reduced," not "skin is firmer." That hedging is deliberate and legal. The Advertising Standards Authority distinguishes cosmetic appearance claims from genuine efficacy, and Olay knows precisely where that line falls. For a woman paying £18 expecting genuine cellular improvement, silicone masking in scientific language is not the value it appears to be. If you have been to your bathroom cabinet during this video and counted how many of those 7 brands are sitting on your shelf, you are probably feeling frustrated. These products are displayed in every Boots, every Superdrug, every supermarket across Britain. They are priced accessibly, they look familiar, and millions of women trust them. Many are quietly delivering parabens, synthetic fragrance, and occlusive petrolatum to the most delicate skin on your face every single day. But do not abandon eye cream entirely. 3 brands prove it is possible to do this differently. At number 3 in our ranking, and our first credible recommendation, number 7, Lift and Luminate Triple Action Eye Cream. Number 7 is a Boots exclusive brand and one of the most rigorously studied skincare ranges in Britain. Unlike every brand we have exposed so far, No 7 has published peer-reviewed research behind their core technology. The Matrixol 3000 peptide complex at the heart of the Lift and Luminate range was assessed in a double-blind clinical study conducted at the University of Manchester, involving nearly 200 women over 10 weeks. That study was published. The methodology was available for scrutiny. The results showed measurable improvements in skin firmness and texture. That level of transparency is exceptionally rare in the British skincare market. The formula still contains fragrance, which is its primary weakness and the reason it sits at 3 rather than higher on this list. For anyone with genuine fragrance sensitivity, even No 7's relatively restrained parfum inclusion can cause irritation in the thin skin surrounding the eyes. But what it doesn't contain is parabens. No 7 reformulated their entire range to be paraben-free, a decision that Boots made publicly and verifiably. The preservation system uses phenoxyethanol in combination with ethyl hexaglycerin, a less controversial approach than the multi-paraben formulas stacked across the lower-ranked products. Retinol palmitate, a gentler form of vitamin A than straight retinol, is included at concentrations appropriate for the eye area. At around £18 to £22 from Boots, No 7 delivers real, published science at a genuinely accessible British price. The fragrance inclusion is its one compromise. For the majority of British women without severe fragrance sensitivity, this is a credible, evidence-backed option that leaves the products below it far behind. Number 2. The Inky List Caffeine Eye Cream. If you have not yet discovered the Inky List, that changes today. This is a British brand founded in London in 2018, built on the principle that effective skincare should not require premium pricing or impenetrable ingredient lists. Their caffeine eye cream retails at around £12 from Boots, Sephora UK, and their own website, making it one of the most affordable products in the top half of this ranking. The formula contains 15% caffeine alongside a peptide complex and epigallocatechin gallate, a green tea derivative with measurable antioxidant activity. No synthetic fragrance, no parabens, no mineral oil, no silicone masking agents creating the illusion of improvement that vanishes at the bathroom sink. The Inky List publishes its full formulation philosophy publicly, explaining what every ingredient does and why it was included. That level of transparency does not exist elsewhere at this price point on the British market. The caffeine delivers genuine puffiness reduction. The peptides support collagen synthesis with consistent use. The lightweight texture works for the eye area without pilling under a moisturiser. Consumer publications including Which have consistently ranked the Inky list among the highest value skincare offerings in Britain. For anyone spending more than £12 on parabens and synthetic fragrance in elegant packaging, switching to this product is one of the most impactful skincare changes you can make this week. British made, honestly priced, nothing to hide. And at number 1, the best eye cream sold in Britain right now, Pi Skincare Bright Eyes Reviving Arnica Eye Cream. Pi Skincare is a certified organic brand founded in London specifically to serve people with sensitive, reactive and condition-prone skin. The founder developed the brand after her own experience with a chronic skin condition that made conventional skincare impossible without triggering serious reactions. That origin story is not a marketing device. It is the reason the formulation standards at Pi are categorically different from every single brand on this list. Bright Eyes contains no synthetic fragrance whatsoever, no parabens, no mineral oil, no silicone masking agents, no penetration-enhancing glycols driving questionable preservatives deeper into the tissue surrounding your eyes. What it does contain is certified organic Arnica montana flower extract, a botanical with documented anti-inflammatory and anti-bruising properties that directly addresses the vascular component of dark circles. Pomegranate sterols, plant-based molecules that reinforce the lipid layer of the skin barrier, are also present, along with a prebiotic complex supporting the microbiome of the delicate eye area. Pi holds certification from the Soil Association, Britain's most rigorous organic certification body. Every batch undergoes independent dermatological tolerance testing. Allergy UK, the leading charity for allergy sufferers in Britain, has awarded Pi their Allergy-Friendly Product Award, which requires independent allergen assessment rather than a self-declared claim. At around £32 to £35 from Pi's own website, John Lewis, or selected Boots stores, this is the most expensive product on our list. Compare that price to what you are genuinely receiving. No parabens building up in tissue next to your eye. No synthetic fragrance inflaming skin that is trying to heal. No petrolatum coating trapping damage underneath. No silicone hiding what the formula cannot deliver. Pi charges more because certified organic ingredients cost more to source, test, and produce responsibly. If you are going to apply something to the most fragile skin on your face every day for the next 20 years, make it something that is working for you rather than against you. And there you have it. 10 eye creams ranked from the absolute worst to the genuinely best, sold right here in Britain. From Pond's parabens to Pi's certified organic arnica, the gap between what lines the Boots shelves and what actually belongs near your eyes is wider than the price tag suggests. You now have the knowledge. Go to your bathroom cabinet tonight. Turn those jars and tubes around. Read the ingredient lists. Parabens, parfum, mineral oil, alcohol denat. These are not harmless fillers. They are daily choices that accumulate over years of use on the most vulnerable skin you own. The good news is that clean, honest options exist at every price point in Britain. You do not have to spend a fortune to avoid the worst. You just have to know what you are looking for. If today changed how you look at your skincare, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss another investigation. Drop a comment with the brand currently sitting on your shelf. Let us see how many made this list. Stay sharp, stay informed, and keep rising.